Not to piss off the positive polys in the room, but if you haven't gotten what you want, then you're not worthy of it, period. And that's okay. Now you can admit that you suck and improve. Better to know you're bad for a season than pretend you're good for a lifetime. You're not making as much money as you want because you're not as good as you think you are. You're not struggling from imposter syndrome. You're a student and pretending to be a teacher. No students say they feel like frauds for trying to learn. You're a fraud when you get up to teach the class and you've never done it.
Deep. I think it's just giving yourself permission to suck. It's giving yourself permission to be unhappy. It's giving yourself permission to not achieve while you do for a long period of time. It's giving yourself permission to lose friends. It's giving yourself permission to do things that's different than people in your social circle or your age group are doing. It's giving you permission, giving yourself permission to be an exception so that you can become exceptional. And a lot of that, the whole positive poly mantra of like I saw a post a girl made and she was like, you are worthy. And that's what made that tweet. All my tweets are just responses to shit I see. And so this girl was like, I say this to myself in the morning, like, you are worthy, you are amazing, you are a goddess. And I was like, you're not a goddess because you don't control me. And you don't have the things that you want. You keep thinking that you saying that you're worthy is going to somehow make it true. But like the way that you know you're worthy is that you have it. That's it. Like that is the litmus test. Are you worthy of $1 billion? Well, are you a billionaire? No, then you're not worthy. And so just like, I think we have these things, it's just like you're unbalanced. It's like, you're not worthy. There's these things that we're programmed to say, oh, that's bad. You have to tell everyone they're worthy. Everyone's beautiful. No, if everyone are beautiful, then no one's beautiful. And yet again, we're back at square one. And so it's I guess, drinking the tonic. It's going through the shit, which is honestly the boring stuff that no one wants to do for an extended period of time. And accepting that you suck and that it is okay, because the first step is accepting that you suck so that you can do the second step, which is doing something about it.
What about you're not making as much money as you want because you're not as good as you think you are?
I'm obviously in the business space, and that follows up with the other one with the imposter syndrome. Right? People are like, man, how do you not suffer from imposter syndrome? I was like, because I've done what I said I've done. And the people who get up on stage and try and teach a class on shit they haven't done, it's like that, like you feel like an imposter when you're an imposter. Like, don't try and kill that voice, listen to that voice and get the evidence to make that voice shut the fuck up. Like if I get on stage and I say, I can bench 315, is there like, do I feel like an imposter when I say that? No, I stay fact.
But presumably if you're pioneering and breaking new ground, you know, you just put the biggest investment that you ever did into this new thing.
Yeah.
That is a new level that you get to.
Yeah.
And that's one that's to do with finance, but there could be another one that's to do with capacity or competence.
Sure.
You could be sitting down in a room doing a deal which is time-bound in a way that it's never been before, or is in an industry only tangential to one that you've been in before.
Yeah.
Each time that you do something new, by definition, you're an imposter because you haven't done it before. Now, if you're teaching, that's different. But if you're growing sufficiently quickly, most of the time it's fresh snow.
So this is a topic I love. But I think the difference between doing something new and being an imposter is one is pretending to be something that they're not. So like I made the biggest investment in Skool. I'm making a bet that I think communities are going to be huge. And I think that there's a ton of people who want to teach skills they have in communities, et cetera, and Skool.com can help. But like, it would only be an imposter if I said, this is like, I guarantee it, no matter what, this is going to be the biggest thing ever. And one of the big things that I repeat, and from the marketing front, I say it all the time, I say, state the facts and tell the truth. Like the best marketing in the entire world is truth. Now, if the truth isn't compelling, it doesn't mean you lie. It means you change the world to make the facts compelling. As in, if I say, man, I want to be like, you see this one all the time. 18-year-olds who are like, I want to be a motivational speaker, right? You say, okay, Well, what are your facts? You've done nothing. Great. So they then lie so that they can try and claim success that they don't deserve, so they can get authority that they can't back up, and eventually are called out and are flattened. To be fair, they only impress people who don't know anything anyways. So if they're honest about it, they look at their fact sheet and say, what would a motivational speaker have to have in order for them to have authority? And then that becomes your action list of what you need to do. And then once those facts are the truth, then you can state the facts and tell the truth. And then people will be like, wow, that's so motivational. But all you did was tell the truth. And so like, that is why I've so wholeheartedly rejected one, like, you are worthy. You're not worthy. If you had it, then you wouldn't even need to say you were worthy, because you'd already fucking have it. And if you were like, I struggle with imposter syndrome. Why? You only struggle with imposter syndrome because you're fucking lying. Like, that's why you feel like an imposter. And now they're like, well, I didn't. The thing is you can fudge the truth. Like, you can not lie is very different than telling the truth. Like, I can make something seem a certain way without deliberately breaking the law, but I'll know. And that's why you feel like an imposter, because you fucking know. And there's the guy in the other room who's clearing his throat, be like, that's not fucking true. And then that discord. But if you just say what you have done, or you say what you are doing, I'm making this big investment. It's a big bet for me. The reason I'm making this bet is because I see this trend and I think it's a good idea. I could be fucking wrong, but I'm not going to feel like an imposter because of it, because that's the truth.
Thinking about the community thing, I had a conversation a little while ago. I don't think that you're far off wrong, especially in an age of automation. This guy made a really great point, which you probably thought of, which is one of the very few things that you can't automate is community.
Can't AI community?
No. What you're going to have? I mean,
yeah,
maybe
a zillion bots in a
yeah, exactly. One guy and 1,000 bots that are all doing it. Maybe GPT-10 can do that or whatever. But this interquartile period, whatever we're coming up to, is the easiest way to hedge against automation, I think, is to focus on community. All right, next one. Alex, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on. What's next? What can people expect from you next few months?
Well, all my effort is in the Skool Games. So we're, I can talk about them. I can not talk about them. Yeah. So I just made the biggest investment of my life. I'm now co-owner of Skool.com. It's a platform where you can build what you want to build, learn what you want to learn. And schools will give you the tools, the community, and the education to help you. And so we've actually created a whole thing where people can start all this stuff for free. Because I believe my whole platform has been education. That's what I believe in. I think the education system is broken, and teachers don't get paid or given the resources to actually teach students. And they're supposed to teach tests that they know don't help students. Students get educated on stuff that doesn't matter in the real world, and they go into mountains of debt for a piece of paper that doesn't make them anything to pay off the debt that they're in for the rest of their lives. And I hate all of it, which is why we started making the content that we do. And so this is one big investment that I'm doing to try and make my small dent towards helping fix that. And I obviously talk about business. That's what I know. Okay. But one person can't do that. Like, I can't change. I mean, I can try, but like, I don't think one person's going to change the world. And so, I wanted to invest in a platform that would help other people do that for one another. And so whether it's like, you know how to paint and you want to teach people to paint, you know how to fix Hondas and you want to teach people to do that. Like, there are so many more useful skills that we can trade with one another. And I think Ben Franklin said, there's no more noble a deed than to help another know more, to educate. And I wholeheartedly believe that. And so, that's what I'm investing my dollars and my time into. And so, that's like my whole next year.